Good morning, Yankee fans. Joe Mania here. Glad you could be with us. And as always, the chat is already chatting, and that's fantastic. I hope everybody's doing well. I know the weather here in New York for the next few days is going to be yucky, and I think by Ken and CT Cards is like the same thing. So sit back and enjoy Yankee baseball at night. At least we're not home. Also, I did see that the with threatening weather for the Subway Series, so it's going to be a really challenging weekend. Let's hope it doesn't turn into a double play by a double header or anything by any means. But that's for another day. Of course, there was a great Yankee win, but of course without any. With or without the big happenings near the end of the game, we'll keep it to a minimum because it was very sad last night, and we want to bring back the energy to the stream. And again, it's not all the time that I don't have words to describe, but yet last night I was dumbfounded. So again, I apologize to each and every one of you. But today, this morning, I have my nice cup of coffee, black, a nice Lavazza. There it is, baby, straight from Italy. And I wonder, will you guys have your coffee, your bagels, and everything? I want to bring in Ken, the Ugly Truth, and then I want to bring in CT Cards. I'm going to bring them up now. Ken, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing better than last night. I watched a few things, and a lot of people. Well, on X they were showing the play. I saw it once, and I'll never see. I do not want to see that again. That kind of reminded me. I mentioned to CT Cards in the presser this morning for a couple of minutes. That reminded me of there was a wrestler. That was wrestling in WCW and also the WWE, Kevin Nash. He came off the top turnbuckle, and he actually, the way he landed, the foot went exactly like Cabrera, and it turned. And believe me, by seeing that, do not want to see that again. And Kevin Nash, I believe, was out for over a year. So, let's see exactly. We won't get ahead of ourselves. Let's see what's going on. But it's very ironic that today is the day that DJ LeMahieu comes back, and karma is unbelievable. I mean, what were the odds that everything was going great with Cabrera with the Yankees? We're ready to get the man, make a decision, and then boom, it hits you. And not only did it hit them, but it hit them hard because they love this man. And so did the fans. And we'll wait for the news later today. But you know what? Next man up, and that's going to probably be DJ LeMahieu. So let's see how that goes. I want to bring in CT Cards. How you doing? Good morning.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well. Now doing a little bit better. I hope you had your morning coffee. Ken, the same thing. Everybody in the chat. Desiree, good morning. Cold Italian Pizza, how you doing, my boy? How's everything going? Just to name a few people that are in the chat right now. So I thank you so much. Please, and Jonathan, while he's ready to leave, but have a safe trip and have a very, very good time, Jonathan. And whenever you can, if you want to, step in and say hello and give us what's going on in the LA area. Hopefully you'll meet some nice actresses. Who knows? Maybe a singer or two. That'd be great. So really enjoy yourself, and that would be great. So first of all, press the likes, everyone. That's very important for the stream. Also notifications, and of course subscribe. Thank you for the new people that subscribed to the channel late last night. I believe there was 2 or 3, and I really appreciate it. And let's do the same for Ken, the Ugly Truth channel, who does a great job. And tonight he's going to be doing the play-by-play. We're also, I'm going to do the pregame roughly around 8 o'clock, or I will send a notification. Unfortunately, I won't be joining Ken with the play-by-play tonight, but we will do the play-by-play tomorrow's afternoon game, and hoping that Ken will come on and be my partner again, and we don't break our string and we keep going. I'll try to be on the chat tonight and interact with everyone. And I know Ken is going to do a fantastic job. So Ken, do you have a show right after us this morning?
It's going to be at 10:30. Pushed it back a little bit because the late night dragging butt just a tad bit. It's
Same here.
It's going to be Let's Talk Baseball. It's unscripted, so I'm hoping that people come on and we can talk about the game last night. Some thoughts about DJ's return, or generic things about baseball, but it'll be an open forum.
Cool. CT, I know you did your homework, and you have some bullet points you want to go. Oh my God, you are the man. You want to start us off, and then Ken and I will all discuss it.
Sure. I hope everybody in the chat's doing good. Ken, good to see you. And Joe and I were talking before, and Joe, good to see you as always. One thing I did want to mention is John Morosi's reporting that Cedric Mullins has been garnering interest from the Rangers and Phillies, so it looks like either one could be a good fit for him. I did want to bring that up. I know it has nothing to do with the Yankees, but Cedric Mullins. So, last night it stunk to have it in the ninth inning what happened with Cabrera, but during the actual game, there were good things that happened before that. You had Trent with 3 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 homers. Judge had 2 hits and 2 walks. Belly had a walk and 2 hits. So Belly's warming up, and as I said, his batting average was like 182, and now he's up to I think 230. And yeah, huge jump. And then Goldie's still hitting. He had 2 hits and an RBI last night. And then Wells with that big home run, 4 RBIs, a walk. And Volpe had 2 hits and a walk. So, the offense has definitely been keeping it going. So, pitching wise, Hill last night, that kind of stunk. Hill didn't look like he had his usual stuff. But, Leiter Jr. actually looked good. Williams looked good. Hamilton looked good. I think what did Clark go? 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. 92 pitches, and 62 of those pitches were strikes. So not bad from Clark. Nice start from Clark again. I'm glad that he's getting deeper into the games. We can't keep punishing our bullpen, with short starts from our starting rotation. So I thought last night was pretty good overall, and I was really happy to see that. I said Bellinger's keeping it up. We need him to keep. We need him to get his, keep hitting, and he's starting to hit. And I called it. I said in the month of May that Bellinger would start warming up, and it's happening. So, just like last year, you got to remember last year Judge had a terrible April. So Bellinger had his terrible April this year. There's always time to turn it around, and I think you're seeing that happen right now. So I'll stop babbling and let Ken and you talk.
Go ahead, Ken.
Well, we continued our streak. We had over 10 hits when we call play-by-plays and 10 runs. So that was some beautiful stuff that we saw there. A little scare before Oswaldo got injured when Judge decided to go diving and planted his knee into the grass. I was paranoid that he hurt himself. Clark Schmidt, great job of pitching. Like I said, I think he's turned the corner, and we're probably going to see Clark Schmidt of old from here on out. He's stretched out. He's got movement on his stuff. Sometimes he makes good decisions. Sometimes he doesn't. Gave up for the longest. He gave up 2 hits, and both those hits left the park.
Yep. Yep.
But when he had movement on his stuff and stayed out of the center of the plate, he looked fantastic.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Ken. That just a couple of meatballs were down the middle that they crushed on him. But I want to give a shout out. Good morning to Stephen B. How you doing? John the Beagle, thanks for joining us as always. And thank you in the chat for chit-chatting with each other and wishing everybody well. That's what this is all about. And I can't thank you enough for that. And if you have any questions to shoot to the panel, by all means, do that. And remember, very, very soon, it's going to pop up real soon. I'm going to say it like in a spur of the moment. We're going to have the $25 gift card to Amazon coming anytime. You never know. Could be tonight, could be tomorrow. This one is going to be a surprise. And all I can tell you is I will tell you in the beginning of the day and the beginning of the show, and we will do it before the stream ends. So anybody that's in the stream, waiting there, of course, as long as you're a subscriber and you like the program, you will get a chance to win it. And as I said before, you'll have a choice. You'll have a choice of the $25 to be sent to you, or if you prefer to have it right away, if you have Venmo or with your telephone number or Zelle, I'll give it to you within seconds, the $25, so you can enjoy it. That will be up to the winner. Whatever you like for me to do, it's no problem. Just remember the $25 will come in seconds. The other one will probably be within a week. So it's up to you. So it's a little thank you that I could give to everybody. But I will keep you posted to say thanks and making this morning stream really good and moving along. And you know what, guys? You guys have been very, very dedicated. I think we're going to do it on the morning stream. But again, you'll never know. Maybe we'll have one in the morning and maybe one in the afternoon. It depends. Let's see what kind of a mood I am. And you guys keep me abreast of what's going on as far as my lamp. And we can go from there. I have it on for you guys, so you can't say that I'm taking it out of the realm of anything. Go ahead.
I see that Merc So Saucy has hopped in the stream. I want to thank you for coming on and supporting the show. Appreciate you being here.
Yes, thank you, Merc. First time I'm seeing you. Thank you so much for your support. And support, of course, Ken, the Ugly Truth, and listen to his play-by-play tonight. By all means, we would love you aboard. Guys, another thing I wanted to discuss. What are your feelings of the lineup? Were you a little bit happier? But it always seemed in the clutch, no matter where it is, it's always Anthony Volpe coming up there. And it just, wherever you put this guy, he's always coming up in the clutch. It's incredible. What are your feelings about that? Maybe now at least he won't see 5. He's at the 6. And who knows, what they're going to do tonight. I have no idea. They do have a very good pitcher they're going up against, but we got one of the best ourselves. Tonight's going to be a very, very interesting night, guys. What are your feelings on the pitching match tonight? I know Ken has followed what Wu does, and we all know what Max Fried is. So, Ken, why don't you start us off with tonight's pitching matchup?
Well, you're looking at Brian Wu, somebody that the Yankees have coveted for years and tried to acquire in trades. He is currently the staff ace for the Mariners. He's 4-1 on the season. He throws a lot of fastballs and a lot of sinkers. he is a nasty, nasty pitcher, and
Mhm.
the team is going to have patient at vets. But he throws in the upper 90s. Can't be too patient. And of course, they're going to be facing off against the Yankees ace this season, Max Fried. As you know, Max Fried is 6-0 on the season. Uh, he had a no decision in his last start, but prior to that, he won 6 consecutive games. Every game that Fried has started this season, all 8, the Yankees have won.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is definitely awesome. Yeah, no, I feel I like the pitching matchup. It's going to be a lot of fun. But Ken, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Wu get creamed in his last pitching, or was that another pitcher? Shame on me for not checking that out, but I could remember hearing that he did not pitch well in his last outing.
Wu has won 2 out of his last 3 decisions, and his last decision was a no decision. He did give up, I think, 3 runs in the game.
Okay. Well, if he gives up 3 runs here, we have a pretty, I would say, a pretty good chance with the way Mr. Max is pitching, and I would think that Williams and Weaver are going to be ready for tonight, and we'll see how it goes. I was impressed with Kennedy last night. I thought he was much more in the strike zone. He had a little giddy up on his fastball. And
you mean Hamilton?
Hamilton, I'm sorry. I always call him Kennedy for some reason, but it is Hamilton.
My fellow Americans, I promise no new taxes. Oh, that's next.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a crook. I'm not a crook. Well, I mean, no, but I wasn't. I really, really liked what I saw, and that's encouraging. Loizaga is knocking on the door, guys, so we got to be excited about that. I am real excited to see him back in the bullpen. And if he stays healthy, oh my God, the 3-headed monster, along with Hill and the rest of the crack staff, I'm telling you, this is incredible. So there's a lot of good stuff coming on. The only thing that I pray to St. Anthony is, please stay healthy for the Mets season. Nothing else, please. I am sick and tired of playing the Mets half a team. I can't take it. Please. I don't care if all these Mariner games are rained out. I want to go into this series with 25 men, 26 men that can play this game, and not a lineup where I don't even want to dare to mention J.D. Davis cleaning up. That's ridiculous.
CT.
What?
J.D. Davis's boy.
Yes. I'm sorry about that, but
during the play, we saw J.D. Davis for about half of the scrolling chat, and CT was near the middle of it. So, damn that.
Completely tired of it. Can we just get through this? It would be nice to have listen, I don't want to jinx it. All I'm doing is praying, and the slamp is definitely going to do its trick, because that's enough. Desiree says, was happy Clark finally settled down. He did good. Yes, he did, Desiree. He pitched very well. He just threw a couple of meatball pitches, but that's to be expected. If you know you're going to win 10-2, well, we'll give up a run or two. That no problem with that. Trent Grissom, guys, his demeanor so changed last night. It was incredible. Of course, with the worry of Cabrera, but we were touched by the way, the team is gelling together, and that's an incredible sign. Some teams will go, we're hoping for the best and all. This Yankee team, as I said from day one, there's something different. There's something special that, I'm just taking from game to game and just watching the emotions. There's something different, even from last year when they were pretty good, but having problems hitting. something different. Ken, do you see that as a longtime Yankee fan and studying the team? And then we'll give that question off to CT. And the same thing in the chat. Go ahead, Ken.
Personally, this season when we started spring training, you saw a lot of potential, a lot of hope for the future, but we really weren't. We never truly performed as a squad, as a team, and through the first handful of series, uh, sure we had a bunch of people who bashed a crap load of home runs, but it didn't seem like it was a unified team. During the Padres series, when everyone pretty much said, "Oh, the Padres are coming to town. The Yankees are going to get wiped out. They're a top tier team. We don't stand a chance." And the grit and the fight back of the team, you could see that the rookies and the prospects were starting to understand what it is to be a Yankee, the moments, and what the Yankee way actually is. You always hear the classic, "Oh, the pinstripes are heavy," but you don't ever really know what it means until you put the uniform on.
I agree. 100%.
So, you started to see the gelling in the Padres series, bounce back, adversity fight against the Athletics, and last night, uh, Clark Schmidt gave up the dinger in the first inning, and it's like, oh crap, here we go again.
Oh yeah, no question about it. 100%. I want to give a shout out to Jason 161. He just put out a comment to me that he's going to go on live on his channel at 4:30 p.m. and he would like me to join him and talk about everything with Oswaldo Cabrera. He actually didn't see it. He's got a lot of things going. He saw that they were winning, but he was unfortunately he kind of fell asleep. So he woke up to. I had a text in him today. So everybody at 4:30, if you do get a chance, please hop on to 161 River Avenue and Jason. And he was very kind enough to invite me on. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I want to give a shout out to Jason, who's been an incredible person, just like Ken and NFE and CD cards, and the list goes on and on. And
161 is good folk. He's a good guy. I like him.
Jason is awesome, and I'm honored to go on the show. It's been really the first time I've been invited on it, so it's exciting. I'm going to do the best I can. I do have a couple of things going on today, but I will make a little time to do that. So I'm hoping that everybody will come aboard and give a listen because Jason is aces, just like Ken and NFE.
Hey, Joe, just be yourself, man. Be yourself. You know what to do. You know how to approach being on his channel. He's a good guy, and you'll gel with him. He's good stuff. You know it.
Yeah, I want to welcome Jason Castiglio. How you doing, big guy? Hope you had your morning brew with us, and thank you for coming in. And again, I want to thank everybody. Absolutely love doing the stream at 8 a.m. People are just telling me they enjoy going to work. They have fun. We just make somebody's morning, and that's all I can ask for. Make people smile and get any inside news with the Yankees. And one thing I really, really hope that something happens overnight that we can break right away here at 8 a.m. and beyond. And that would be great. That Ken and I can discuss, CT can discuss, and who knows who else is going to be in this chat.
Jonathan.
But right now He's going away. So
he's on vacation. Yeah.
But the big man, I got to bring this up. He's with us. I'm still looking for Cabrera updates, which may come out before the game. Yes. Oh, there's no question in my mind. We're going to hear something sometime today between all the outlets, ESPN, SNY, of course, the Yes Network. Somebody's going to have something. And don't forget, Mr. The fountain of really good information, Jack Curry, will definitely come out with something. So when we will know, you guys will know immediately. There'll be a short out from all of us, I'm sure. And we just wish him the best of luck. And the first thing, get out of pain. That's the most important. And whatever, if he needs an operation, well, it has to be. But nobody should suffer in pain. And that I pray to the good Saint Anthony that will help him, his friends, and his family. That's first and foremost. So a big shout out. And again, I want to, I'm just thanking everybody here for keeping us company here with coffee and bagels and Yankee news. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming weekend series. I know for a fact, obviously, we're a couple of days away, and you don't. I mean, at least for the players, you don't want to look ahead. But I have a feeling, guys, that the Yankees are kind of looking at it. They got embarrassed last year. Now, we know that they were hurt, but they lost 4 straight to the Mets. And I got to think there's a little fire in the belly. No pun intended to Bellinger. I have a feeling there is a fire, and we're going to, and obviously being healthy, we're going to see a different Yankee team roar this time. The Mets are a damn good club. We can't take that away from them. They're hitting right now. Alonso's in a great sphere right now. You got to worry about their leadoff hitter Lindor. I mean, he could break just like with our leadoff hitter. It could be 1-0 at the drop of the bucket. And some people are heating up in that lineup. And even Jeff McNeil, he's getting the playing time now, and he's getting his. He's showing flashbacks of when he won the batting title. He's hitting these doubles down the line. He has a lot more step in his game, and they're going to be tough. I mean, there's no question about it. But you know what? The Yankees are tough too. So I'm really looking for 2 out of 3. I think that the Yankees can do that in Yankee Stadium, and with the belly all nice and stuffed and ready to go, I think Aaron Judge is going to do something special. Soto may hit a home run or 2. That's inevitable. That probably will happen because every Yankee that leaves, somehow they come and leave their trademark. But I'm sure the fans are going to be. They're going to probably have something special in their bleacher creature chats in the beginning. So that should be interesting and probably fun to look at. And Yankee fans, get in there. Don't let the Met fans clog over you guys. We need the Yankee fans to be strong and together. I'm tired of these big games, and then all of a sudden, Dodger fans are all over the place. This fan is all over the place. The Red Sox fan. What happened to the Yankee fans? We have 43,000 every night. Well, show up for these games and root for your team. Keep it going. I am really tired of it that they overlap us and the Met fans just get up and overlap the Yankee fans. That I'm annoyed at. I would love to go to the games. It's a little hard. It's a little different for creators and stuff. But you, the fans that can go out there, root for the Yankees. Don't be afraid of it. And and friendly, we're better than you or something. Don't throw anything. Don't do anything stupid. But I don't want to hear if Soto hits a home run, the Met fans are going crazy. No, we want to hear boos. We want to hear boos. Aaron Judge hits a home run. We want that stadium rocking. I wanted like Joe Girardi's hit in that World Series. Let's have the stadium shaking and not just sit back and relax. Let's go, fans. We need you. And the Yankees need to know that you're behind them. That's my little rant of the day. Sorry. But anybody want to comment on that? Because that's just the way I feel.
Well, the one thing I do have to say is last year when we played the Mets, remember that was the beginning of our like hiccup. We started having issues like right after that series. We had looked really good up until that series. I kind of think the reverse is going to happen this year. I think we're going to turn their season around in a bad way, and we're going to look, we're going to reverse the tables here. Tables are turned. I think we're going to mess up the Mets season here. This is when the Mets are going to start going domino effect.
I love this quote from Jason. It's going to be Hell in a Cell, Mankind versus The Undertaker. But this is the Yankees and the Mets. That is great, Jason. Good for you. I like that. And I think the Yankees, well, I don't know. I guess they're The Undertaker or Mankind. Which one? Either which way, you can't lose. And I'll never. And I was at the Garden. I was reporting with the WWE at the time for a little magazine here in New York. And Mankind, when I saw Mankind go on that, all the way on top of that cell, and he came down, and we all said our Hail Marys and Godfathers, because that was the most incredible sight I've ever seen in my life. That was insane. Mankind would do anything for this business, and he still does in many ways. So I like that comparison. So let's be either Mankind and the Undertaker. Take the bull by the horns and make the fans proud, guys. It's Yankee Nation. It's the Yankees. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go ahead.
Well, one thing that you asked Ken about, about Wu pitching tonight for the Mariners. He's got some pretty impressive stats, actually. He's given up 33 hits, but 44 Ks, 8 walks. He's given up 4 homers. Not bad stats. He's got a 3.25 ERA. I think, as Ken said, it's going to be interesting. If we can get them, we can get them. We got to get to them early. We cannot leave runners on base. I said it yesterday. And, that's one of the most frustrating things that happens to this Yankee team sometimes is, we'll have 2 guys on, no outs, and all the next thing you know, we're going to a commercial break, no one scored. We got to make sure we don't strand runners, get to them early, and try getting Wu out of the game and get to the Mariners bullpen as quickly as we can.
Yeah. Ken, your thoughts?
Well, he is their ace. Generally, when you go up against aces, you only have the first couple of innings to get to them, and if you don't, they lock it in, and it's an ugly night past that. So, it's going to be important for us to get her done when we have the opportunities. You looked at it. I mean, if you've looked at his stats, the guy doesn't walk anybody. He doesn't give up a lot of hits. Only gives up a few home runs. So it's definitely going to be a time to play a little bit of small ball tonight and score at every given opportunity, like we have been over the last. I mean, last night was a Bash Brothers game, but many of our multiple run games, we've been doing good situational hitting.
No, it's as Ken said though, he's spot on. You got to look at Wu's pitched 44 and 1/3 innings and has given up 8 walks. 8 walks. That's it. So,
again, he also hasn't had a Yankee lineup like this before in a while.
No.
So,
no, but he faced Judge and Soto last year, and he handled it pretty well.
Yes, exactly, Ken.
I could see that with Judge. Soto. He thinks he could hit everybody in the universe, and and again, Of course, I was rooting for him last year. I'm not rooting for him this year. I don't wish him harm, but he isn't the greatest player in the planet, and he won't be. He'll be a follower. He will not be a leader. And he went to the Mets, and I'm kind of glad that Pete Alonso has taken the forefront. I really am. And I got to tell you, in the last couple of years, Lindor is just as good. Lindor is clutch as hell, and he's you got to be very careful with him. So in many ways, aside from all that money that he got, he isn't the big dog, and he's gonna and I'm actually happy about that. I really am. Not that I want to see Alonso kill us, and he usually has a good series against the Yankees. We just have to control him, and we'll see. I guess we have Max Fried for Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. For him to pitch on Tuesday, usually Sunday, but we do have a day off, so it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to go Max on Saturday or Sunday. Probably Sunday is my guess. So who the Met pitcher is tonight, it's going to be one-on-one with him. Offhand, does anybody know who the Met starter is tonight, guys? Is it Singer? I'm gonna take a quick look on the Mets tonight. Let's see. The Mets, yep, it's Singer. So he's going to go up against another ace on Sunday. It's going to be Fried more than likely against Singer. So again, that's going to be some pitching matchup, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think the Yankees are set up in a very good way. I think we're ready. And like you said, there's rumbling in the tummy, and I think they want to win this series. I really do.
Joe, I guess I must not be a Yankee fan because I don't give a damn about playing the Mets. What I care about is us playing a good game. I don't give a shit about Juan Soto. He can hit 3 home runs. He can strike out 30 times. I don't care. He is a blip in my past. I'm tired of hearing this. I'm tired of hearing this crap about Yankee fans are passionate. Well, Met fans are passionate. Everybody's passionate about their team. What I don't want to see at the stadium is stupidity run amok. I don't want to see people throwing shit at Soto.
I agree.
Let the man play his game. These type of matchups, people are like, oh, all about heart and this and that crap. And then stupidity starts like people throwing chairs and crap out of the stands at Soto. I don't want to see that shit.
No, I don't either. I'm right there with you, Ken. Right there with you.
John the Beagle has a great line. I got to put this up. Somebody read that. Go ahead, CT. Read it.
I can't see it. Oh, Soto is an accidental shit in your pants after a fart.
Whoa, John. Whoa. How do you really feel?
That's good. That's good. Well, one thing I do have to say last night though is, the thing that stinks about Cabrera getting injured is, I'm sorry to change the subject, is he, his stats for the season, he was hitting 243, had a home run, 12 RBIs. This is his 4th season. This is the most consistent I'd seen Cabrera be over a long extended period of time. So that kind of stinks what happened. I'm just glad that last night, though, before that all happened, we got to the Mariners in the 5th inning. We got 6 runs off of them. Luckily, we scored late. That's something I wanted to bring up because we've been having trouble scoring runs later in the game. And kind of as Ken said, ever since the San Diego series, we seem to be a different team. Because I didn't have high hopes going into that San Diego series at all. And, we could have swept that series. That's amazing. And since then, we've definitely looked like a different team. And as Ken mentioned, it seems like the young guys are starting to play. We're starting to get the situational hitting that you and Joe always talk about. I think we're looking like a different team, and hopefully we can keep this up going into tonight's game. So
Jason says someone will do something stupid There will be fights, but overall, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I believe so. And believe me, people like Michael K and the streams that are going to go on during the day on SNY, they're going to be saying, let's be peaceful, let's do this. Although there is an announcer, Sal Licata, who's with SNY, and he will definitely round up the Met fans to
Oh
go
yeah.
absolutely, haha, look what you're missing. But I got to say one thing in defense of Sal. He has calmed down a little bit, I guess, because Juan didn't get off to the greatest of starts. And kudos to him that he's given some Yankees some praise. And believe me, that's a lot. For him to go and give them praise, I follow a lot of these guys. And believe me when I tell you, my God, was he going crazy with Juan Soto from the day the Yankees got Juan Soto last year. But whatever. I mean, like I said, it's good old country hardball fun, and it should be fun. I'm not happy that the Sunday night game. That's why I would love to do it. Hopefully we can do it together on Sunday night. I do not want to listen to those clowns. I mean, we may have David Cohn, but I do not want to hear the other two because all they do is every time they have a chance, they're going to bash the Yankees. Oh, how are they getting along? Well, look at the standings, you bozos. Look at the standings.
No, you don't. You're not a big John Smoltz fan?
Well, no, and I don't like Eduardo Perez because he does not like the Yankees. And Matt Van Scherzen, when he's on there, he's definitely a Met fan. He's definitely a Met fan. And
Smoltz's ass is still chapped after we kicked him in the World Series. Been a hater.
Oh, yeah.
Been a hater since '96. Screw him.
Yeah, but then again, a lot of people should be pissed off at the Yankees because they have 27 World Championships. Where do you see that? Everybody's, that's what I'm saying. Don't talk and talk and talk unless you can back it up. And again, I'm sure we have a few Met fans on the stream, but before you talk, walk it, do something. You can't come to me and say, "Oh, we got Juan Soto."
There aren't any Met fans in the stream because they'd be trolling. You'd be seeing all this scrolling crap coming up on the chat. But they're not here.
I wouldn't doubt it over the weekend. Some Met fans may come on because Yankee fans may egg them to come on. Who knows? But that should be a lot of fun. What
will be the interesting thing is the first time Soto gets plunked.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. You want to
Yankee pitchers hit a lot of batters. Trust me, it's going to happen. Especially the way that Soto does his little chicken crawl across the plate. He's getting hit.
Too bad. Chaz Chisholm wasn't there because he would have done a dance. He would have been doing the Italian Tarantella on there just to overshadow what Juan Soto will do. But listen, overall, you can go position by position, and we'll do that in the stream come this weekend. But I got to tell you, folks, it's very close. It's very close. We have a couple, they have a couple, and there's a few that are probably even. But
okay, let's do a position approach. Soto in right field, Judge in right field. Who gets the thumbs up?
All right, you went for the obvious. Come on, Ken. Let's start with catching. Austin Wells and the guy who I think is overrated, Alvarez. I still don't think he's going to be that great of a catcher. I think he leaves a lot to be desired, but I would call that even. What about you?
Actually, I think that former Yankee farmhand that we traded to him, Luis Torrens, has been playing a lot there too.
Gave him for nothing. They just said, "Here, Matt, here's a catcher." What was that all about? All right, so we'll call that even. first base, I think that's got to be even also with Alonso and Paul G. I mean, Alonso's the power, Paul G's clutch. Paul G's been there. He's done it
Yeah,
all.
but when you look at the defensive aspect of it, Paul G is all the way. Alonso doesn't compare as a defensive first baseman.
Listen, I'm not defending Alonso, but his defense has gotten a lot better. He's still, a little raw, but he is. But listen, I'm gonna call that a wash. So what are we saying? I have a wash, and I have a wash for catching and first base. Ken, what about you?
I have the Yankees taking first base. I have the Mets taking the catching spot.
Okay. And what about you, CT?
I'm going to agree with Ken.
And I want to hear from the chat. Do you think the Yankees have the edge, or even at catching, or the edge, or even at first base? Second base at this point is a toss-up because the Mets use Acuna Jr., they use McNeil, and the Yankees, they go to now it's probably going to be, I would guess, who would you say now will take over the realm with DJ LeMahieu? Now will have to go to third base.
It's probably going to be Yorbit Vivas.
Yeah, I agree with Ken. Vivas.
Yeah, that's what I say. So let's call that. I would call that even too. I mean,
I wouldn't call that even. That would be a Met thing.
Yeah.
Jeff McNeil. Okay, all right. So give it to the Mets. Shortstop. I don't even think there's even a maybe come to me in 3 years, but Lindor outshines Anthony Volpe by a lot. I'm sorry about that, but that's a given. I don't know how you guys think about that.
Volpe had 2 hits last night. He looked pretty good. I know it was just one game, but Volpe's actually kind of been coming into his own here, especially since the San Diego series.
You can't call that even. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I agree. I'm just simply stating though, Volpe's actually been kind of looking decent at the plate. So
Sean Browning is saying Lindor over Volpe. Sean Browning is saying McNeil. Jason is going Vivas. Defense is excellent, which I definitely agree. So third base. It looks like it's going to be Beatty or LeMahieu for third base.
You mean Vientos?
Or Vientos. Yeah, Beatty, sometimes he takes over. Okay.
Well, the Mets are going to take that one because we don't even know who the hell our third baseman actually is.
Correct.
We haven't seen DJ take one swing at the major league level. We don't know how long DJ is actually going to be able to hold up. Would not be surprised if he's rotational with Peraza.
Okay, fair enough.
I see that, Ken.
Left field. What do you see for left field? Dominguez or Cody, or for the Mets, it's the left-handed hitter. The name escapes me right now. He's a good left-handed hitter, but he's hitting in the low 220s. Anybody in the chat?
Are you talking about Nemo?
Nemo, thank you. There you go. Would you call that?
We'll just make this one easy. Left, center, right, whatever Yankee is out there, better than the Mets. Period.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. And what about starting pitching, guys? Would you take the first 3 from the Yankees over the first 3 of the Mets?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm without a doubt. Yeah.
Okay. And
first thing, Clay Holmes is going to step on the bump in the Bronx, and he's going to crap himself. Then he's going to lose the strike zone, won't be able to handle the pressure there. He's a wash. Kodai Senga, if the Yankees can lay off of his ghost forkball, Senga's toast.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the hell you'd consider the number 3.
Well, the bullpen. Right now that the Mets lost A.J. Minter, I would have to give it to the Yankees. What do you guys feel?
I think that the stability on the back end of the bullpen goes to us because you never can tell what the hell Diaz is going to do.
Yeah.
Compared to Dreamweaver, we got that locked down. Devin Williams has started to show signs of recovery, pitching clean innings. You compare to him to what was AJ Minter. Minter's gone, so
Yeah,
the setup goes to us.
I still see them picking up David Robinson some point of this year. I really do, but we'll see. Now the most important, the managers. Who has the edge as a manager?
Well, Boone knows he knows the manager on the Mets half of the ballpark. He knows about half the Mets players.
Okay.
I think that we got it. Booney.
Okay. And anybody in DH? Ben Rice to whoever. Usually the Mets will do Marte maybe. They go back and forth. I think the Yankees have the DH.
Probably.
I think they have the DH. And of course, as far as fans go, hands down, I don't even have to say it. The Yankee fans are the number one fan in New York. And I'll never forget that Curtis Granderson. Oh, I'm on the team that's the real New York team. Yeah. and then he took that back real fast. But again, we'll really dissect that as we go. I just hope that the weather here in New York will cooperate and we get the games in. The one thing I do not want is critical double headers against the Mets. That would be insane for both teams. And that would be absolutely, the ticket prices alone, I couldn't even imagine. Could you imagine coming down to both teams going to the playoffs or win or capturing first place and they have to play each other? Oh my God. That would be insane. But with the Yankees luck, there's always a possibility of that. Let's go back in the chat a little bit and we see Desiree goes, I love the Beatles. Well, Desiree, when I saw that, that's after my heart because in growing up, my favorite song was I Want to Hold Your Hand. I listened to that. I think I went through 5 of their albums with the same song over and over again that even my Catholic school couldn't take it anymore. I even got them to the point where they put it on the loudspeaker because they couldn't take it. I was walking in singing I Want to Hold Your Hand. So, the Beatles were great. But to be honest with you, my favorite, even though they didn't play their own music, was the Monkees. I used to love the Monkees. But, we knew that really only Davy Jones played something. But the Beatles were awesome. It was a shame what happened with them. But Paul is going strong, and God bless him. He's headed to 90 years old, and it's amazing. CT Card says, we do a little bit of everything, guys. We make everybody happy. I'm a Beatles, Grateful Dead. You could say Grateful Dead was the first event I did in Madison Square Garden as a supervisor.
Oh, no way, really?
Let me tell you something. I almost took my jacket, threw it on the floor, and said, "I'm running out." But I got a promise that if I would have worked that whole event without walking off, then I could work the Ranger Stanley Cup final game. So I did. I suffered all through the night. It was the worst event I ever. Them and 9 Inch Nails.
I don't like
ever go through a concert like that the rest of my life.
No,
that I can tell you. Even the Rangers, I came that close, but they promised me, and sure enough, because I was a rookie on the staff, I was with Madison Square Garden before, while there, but I got promoted to supervisor's position, and they promised me. They said, "Joe, guarantee you You get through that. I says, why? He says, don't worry about it. What I saw people doing, I will never, ever do a concert like that again. So you can forget that. The Beatles, I'm all for. Yeah, Ringo Starr, Sean Browning, yes. This is great. We open up the topics. It's baseball, coffee, donuts, whatever you want to talk about. Obviously the main focus is the Yankees. So, but I have no problem talking. If you want to talk a little wrestling, you want to talk a little music, I have no problem doing that because it just makes people happy. John the Beagle says, what's this? A ticket? Oh, I guess that would be for the if they're going for first place, both teams. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. By the way, everyone, if you want to get, I'm sure people in the stream know this, but and it isn't an advertisement for it, but if you want to get really good tickets for your team and everything, you have to go on TixPix. They give you the best chance of still having money in your pocket if you take your family. So especially if you wait for the same day, they open up some great tickets, folks. And I've seen it. Yankee game, the same day. It was, I believe, against I think it was the Orioles. The same day, a cousin of mine said, hey, Joe, I want to take the kids to the Yankee game, but, they're so expensive. I said, well, why don't you try TixPix? He went on it, and believe it or not, he got 4 tickets at $65 a piece, and he was right. He was actually, I would say, five sections away from the foul pole on the ground level. So what would have been known as the old main level. So and they're great with concerts and Broadway and all of that. So wherever you are, take a look at TixPix because especially if you're a WWE fan, the tickets are so out of whack. Really, they're talking even SummerSlam, they're talking $5,000 the first 3 rows, which I think is insane. I went to WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan and Andre at the Pontiac Silverdome. I paid $100 for row 1, and you see me a couple of times on it, and I love it. It was a great experience, but it was $100. That same seat right now, you couldn't even say what it would be like, and even the Yankee Mets series this weekend. I already see 375, 400 for the upper deck. It's insane. It's really insane.
I was supposed to go to game 2 of the Mets series, but I'm just not feeling up to it. So I gave the ticket to one of my friends. So, so he's going to it.
That's great.
But one thing I did want to mention though is circling back to last night's game is. How many hits do you guys think we had last night?
15.
Yeah.
15 yeah, with 15, of course.
4 homers, 15 hits. All of a sudden we're consistently starting to hit because when we had all those runs in that San Diego game, I thought, we're going to run out of steam. Here we're going to go 2-3 games barely scoring any runs, and here we are last night with 15 hits, 4 homers. That's awesome. I really think, as Ken kind of pointed to, that since that San Diego series, I don't know, I feel like we're a different team after that series.
No, you're right. I like this comment. Jason goes, I wanted to be Hulk Hogan when I was a kid. Oh, I'd love to see you do it. Do Hulkster-maniacs when New York Yankee Mania comes wild on you. There you go. So I did it for you, Jason. We give you everything here. We're the comic show. Well, we're a little bit of everything. It can't be serious all the time. You got to have a little bit of fun. And of course, you had the Macho Man and
Macho Man, yeah.
Remember? Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
This in my corner, And the Hulkster thinks he can have her. Yeah, I'll do the lowdown on that guy.
Every time I hear Macho Man, I don't think about no damn wrestler. I think
Slim
about
Jim.
Kevin Kline in and out.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
And he does the Macho Man dance, and he's gay as hell, but he doesn't realize he's gay.
Yeah, I remember that movie very well.
Really. I mean,
I love Kevin Kline.
I can tell you a quick story. In Madison Square Garden, so they picked me all the time because I knew everything about the wrestling, who was coming in and out, who was important coming out of the gates. So they would always put where we used to call Gate 53 in Madison Square Garden. That's where they used to come in and out of. So there was one day that Vince McMahon, I was watching, he always asked me to watch Stephanie and Linda and Shane sometimes to go and sit down and nobody bothered them. So we were talking and everything. And Stephanie went in the back and she goes to her dad. She goes, Joe that watches us, why don't you put him in one of the things or one of the skits? And he said, well, what would you want? She told me this. I almost went down to the floor. She goes, well, how about the Undertaker come out, pick him up and throw him in a garbage can? And I said, what? I am not doing that, guys. No way. This is when the Undertaker was still kind of a bad guy. He was a heel, as they say in wrestling. But they wanted to do that. They wanted to do that or push me away to try to get to the McMahon family. And I said, absolutely not. The only thing I would do was run to the ring because they were throwing things at the wrestlers, and McMahon ordered everybody, you got to go to the ring, get my wrestlers out there. And the funniest thing is he's got all the brutes in the back and he's asking the little guys to go out and get his wrestlers. I mean, are you kidding me? And so it was like, I can't tell you. Hulk Hogan's wife was sitting, my ex-fiance, and she got hit in the face with 2 eggs. Both had to go in the back and get checked out. So that was hysterical. So there are a lot of great moments. I actually went to every Hulk Hogan title defense in Madison Square Garden, and it was definitely a lot of fun. Then it started changing, and a couple of years it was like, yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I could tell you. So there's a lot of stories with wrestling. And remember, gang, I don't know if you know it, but very soon I'm going to be putting out a separate podcast all on wrestling, the WWE. We will do a lot of WWE. We already have a channel getting in place. We're going to do I did do a little preview here, but we're going to do another preview because a couple of things changed. And we're gonna go for SummerSlam, which is in New Jersey this year on a 2-day event. We're going to have fun content. And the thing that I love about it is the fact that you, the fans, are going to be involved. We want to talk to the younger fan. It's always good. You talk to the adults no, I want to talk to the kid. I want to talk about the young people that nudge their mother and father, mom, dad, I want to go to this wrestling match. This is what it's all about. We're going to show talks and videos. We are allowed to show, as long as we're not showing a pay-per-view live video. We can do a Raw, we can do SmackDown. We do interviews, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to it. The partner that I have is a young man. Actually, he's done updates here, and I'm really looking forward to. So I will let everybody know when the initial show is, and it'll be a separate podcast with a separate name. The name will be revealed I would say within the next 3 weeks. So look forward to it, and tell everybody, because this is going to be a ride. This is going to be a lot of fun, and we're gonna break the cards. We're going to have results from all over, wherever your city, my city, any city. We're going to get information. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I just wanted to get that out to you. We're working very, very hard to do a lot of different things for you, the fans. And I just wanted to also get that out. Well, getting back to the Yankees, our original today, guys, I look for a really strong game, and I think Ken is going to do a fantastic job again tonight. I with all my heart, I feel bad that I can't contribute, but I do know that Ken is gonna put on a fantastic show, and I'm looking forward to it. And Ken, as always, thank you so much for inviting me. Just like I'm inviting you for tomorrow afternoon's live play-by-play here on NY Yankee Mania. I thank you so much.
Well, it just so happens that my bowling season ended last week, and we have a week off before we go into the summer leagues. So I'll actually be available to do a play-by-play.
It's destiny
on Wednesday.
You know, destiny, right? CT.
Yeah. Okay.
As Blanca would say, "You are my destiny." You know, like, come on, man, let's sing it up.
One thing I wanted to ask Ken is, what do you think was up with Hill last night? What did you see being off with his pitching last night?
Velocity was down, and that meatball fastball, when he lays it out over the heart of the zone, it's going to get hit.
Yeah.
Long and short, Hill and the entire bullpen has been overused.
Oh yeah.
You're going to need some time to recover. I'm freaking ecstatic that Clark Schmidt has given us some distance. Will Warren in his last start, he gave us 7.
Yeah.
So as these guys stretch out and get more proficient, we get more innings out of them, the bullpen will settle down and we will be okay. Plus, we got a truckload of reinforcements coming. Lasagna, Cousins, maybe Afros for an inning or two.
I love
Hopefully
that.
we get Brubaker back. Hadn't heard any update statuses on him. I mean, he took a shot off the ribs and had a couple of ribs broken in spring training, but it only takes 6 weeks to get your ribs healed up. So he definitely has to be on the mend and about to start working a throwing program. But Brubaker was a solid pitcher and could also be a starter.
Yes, no, 100%. I'm looking for any updates at all. If there's any news, anything coming out of the Yankees as far as Cabrera, nothing's out yet. But we'll definitely keep our eyes out. If we hear anything, I will definitely put out a short immediately for every one of you, so you'll get an update. And again, there's Ken coming up at 10:15. You said. I'm sorry. I want to remember the time.
10:30.
10:30. 10:30. He's going to come on with the Ugly Truth. And then from there, so everybody, please go there, subscribe, and like, and let's be a family over there today, as always. Then later on, I would love it if everybody comes to 161 River Avenue. And Jason, we're gonna have a discussion not only of the Yankees, but the outlook with Cabrera. Hopefully by 4:30, we're gonna have some news. Then we're going to do the play-by-play back here. So you're going to have a big field of Yankee baseball today, guys. 8:30, I would say about 8:30 tonight, I'm going to do a pregame show that's going to lead right into Ken's show. And I hope Ken would join me for a little bit, give a little preview of the game. I would appreciate that. And
without a doubt.
What?
I said without a doubt, I'll be there.
Great. I appreciate that. And
no,
again,
Ken actually said, no, I'm too busy.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then tomorrow, Ken, you're not coming on. I know why, because you can't. So there, you can't.
Yeah, he's a smart ass there.
There you go.
You could dance on a pole in front of this audience then.
Yeah, hey, listen, we got to sing. You know, we do everything. We're in the entertainment business, right, guys?
Matter of fact,
You know,
we'll put a Beatles song on, and you can do a pole dance for us.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it.
yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it 8 days a week, and you know.
I think Yellow Submarine would be better suited for you.
Well, I sometimes the Yankees do live in a yellow submarine.
Yeah.
No question about it. Desiree says, let's sing Desiree. Well, why don't you come on there, Desiree, come on and let's challenge. Let's see who's got the better voice and let it all hang. Come on, man. That would be great. Come on our morning brew and you'll have some fun. We'll have a lot of fun with it. But if you want to dance, you are or sing, you are more than welcome. You know, we can use the national anthem in the morning, guys. So if anyone, CT, can you play that on your guitar?
No, yeah.
Yeah, you should do that in the morning to get us going, man. We all stand up. The national anthem.
I think that Miss Desiree's at work.
The what?
I think Miss Desiree's at work.
Oh, well, she says, I definitely can't sing. Okay, all right, but listen, we're not going to American Idol here. We're not
can you
going
salsa? Do you have the Latino beat?
No, but I got the Italian Talandella.
No, I'm talking to Desiree.
Salsa.
Salsa? Okay, come on. I'll put on some salsa. Hey, listen, I did that for Dominguez. I played some good when he had the 3 home runs. So, hey, anything's possible on NY Yankee Mania. All good for the fans, man. All for the fans. So, my God, where is the time going, guys? We have been on the stream now an hour and 12 minutes. You guys make this so easy, so much fun, and I can't say enough, guys. I really can't. But we're gonna put a little squash to this because first of all, Ken has got to start getting ready for his wonderful program at 10:30, and let's go find out what the information's going on. And Ken, on your show, if I come across anything, I will definitely let you know ASAP. And looking forward to a really good show with you later. CT, I can't thank you enough for the morning. You bring a nice perspective to, and you're well prepared, and you have your bullet points, and we really appreciate that. And obviously, the fans do too, because they stay around. They love our humor. They love our lamp. They love our neon sign. But most of all, we love our New York Yankees. So how about some final comments? Let's go with Ken.
Well, last night we were on a roller coaster ride, down, up, continue to go up, sombering moment for the evening. Something that's been a hallmark over the last few series is the Yankees' resilience, ability to overcome adversity. DJ's coming back. Maybe DJ steps up to the plate. Next man up mentality, and we will march on, keeping Oswaldo in our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers. But the game's got to be played just as it was last night. So yes. I will end with my customary "Let's go Yankees."
And CT, as he clears the glasses for his nice ending to a great program. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say that I think tonight's going to be a good game. We just, one thing is last night, the guy keeps getting to us a Rosarina, 2 hits and a walk last night. So we got to be careful of him. But I just want everyone to make sure they check out Ken's channel, The Ugly Truth. Join, sub, click like, because Ken's got a good thing going. We have New York Mania here. Ken's got The Ugly Truth. You have NFE's channel 161, the Ace Ave. You have all these good content creators here all together, and it's like a nice family we have. And I love everybody in the chat. I just want to keep this cooking. This is really cool to see everything we have going on, and I appreciate Joe you letting me on. Ken, I love being on with you this morning. I always like talking to you, and Ken's been nice enough to let me be on his open panels and stuff, and it's always a good time. And more people need to check out both channels. So let's keep the subs coming in, and let's keep the interest happening.
Thank you, CT.
Appreciate it.
That's very, very nice. So, again, the wrap basically is obviously "Let's go Yankees." Prayers are with Cabrera.
Yeah.
Let's hope we get at least at least if he's going under surgery, who knows? He may be going under surgery right now to get him out. To get him knocked out. The poor man was in such agony last night. So let's see how it goes. We won't get ahead of ourselves. The only thing we can do is just wish for the best, say a little prayer, and then we'll see what happens. But again, everybody in the chat and everybody listening in the cars. Again, I've been getting some texts from people that are in the car. I can't come in the chat, but you entertain me. We love it, and we don't have to listen to news all the time or the same stuff with talking about things that I don't like. So some people don't want to hear about basketball. Some people want, the Yankees are the Yankees. They want to hear baseball completely. So, but, along with baseball, we do have a little fun here, guys, and a lot more to come. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget tonight at 8:30, we will have the live pregame show, and that will lead into Ken's Ugly Truths play-by-play. And I would really recommend watching it. He does a great job, and kudos to him and to everyone here in the chat. Please stay well. Listen to Ken in just about an hour and I would say 13 or 12 minutes. Let's have fun. Stay healthy. We love you. We love you all the time. Keep it coming. You want to ask a question? Do you have anything that you like to add for the show? We're open ears. I am open ears to all of you because that's my way of saying thank you.
Huh?
Have a great day. CT, you got something?
Huh? You said ears? Something about open ears?
No, our eyes are ears and open.
I'm just messing with you.
If somebody has something, we would love to hear it. So thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the day. Stay healthy. God bless America, and God bless all of us. Have a great day. Go Yankees.